Welcome! Today we're going to go through how to change business information inside ProfitTrack and how to get it updated with your logo and things like that. So looking at your desktop, there's two programs or applications that you need to look at: ProfitTrack Server, ProfitTrack Client. At all times, server needs to be open before the client, so we'll open that. And what that does is give us our green and blue arrows in the bottom right, and then we can open the client. So in the client, we want to go to Setup at the top, System Settings, System Options, and on the left-hand side here, Company Details. So in here you can see it's registered to YT Studios, so that's the name from the finance department at Independent Solutions. If that needs to be updated, please call us on 1-800-020-946. Everything else in here is completely editable. So shorthand, we're going to match all of this information to YT Studios, which is the editing computer that I use. So details for store, let's go YouTube, short, YT, name, YouTube. Now all of this information is what shows up on the reports and on the statements. So in here we want to put in our ABN, our work phone, fax if we have one, home phone, mobile number, our city information, email, bank account details, and our industry store code if we have one. Now once you've done all of that, what we will mention with the logo, Clear removes it. Double clicking the image will bring up a browse screen where you can go through and find another image, and that appears in the top left of your reports. So I'm not going to save any of this information. So the next place we can go to is Edit Lookup Tables, Register Receipt Header/Footer. So this is what prints out on the point of sale receipts. And if we go into here, you can see it's fairly barren because this is a demo system. So we'll just go through each of the fields and what they mean. So the register group, we usually only have one, not much to think about there. The line number is where in the sequence it goes, and you'll notice it goes to 8 and then 1, 2, 3 here. I'll explain that in a second. The description is what on that line is to be said, or image, if it is an image like this one here. Print mode is the type of mode, so 5 being bold, so welcome to and Foodworks, both being 5, will be very, very large. 4 just indicates that it's an image. Is header, ticks here and not here, indicate whether it's at the top of the receipt or the bottom of the receipt. So if it's at the top of the receipt, it is a header, and that's where it's 1 through 8. Bottom of the receipt, not a header, but starts again from 1 back through to 3. So we change this information to match our business. So we go welcome to and have the Foodworks logo there, and then the name Foodworks. So I could go YouTube, and I could put a YouTube logo in here. I just need to put in the physical location. I don't have one, but it would look something like this. And once we're happy with it, we click close. It'll ask us to send to the point of sales. We click yes and OK and send it through. Now what it's telling me here is because, as I said, I don't have that image, or at least not in that location. It cannot find it, so I need to specify another location or move that file to the C drive. Alright, with that being said, we're going to talk about hosting and ordering. So in Setup, System Settings, System Options again. Go a bit further down, we have our product hosting. Here it is, and our destinations. So this is all under orders, but if we go into destinations, you can see here we have our customer number with Metcash. So in here, we need to change the customer number, the customer password, click on edit, fill out the information here, which is just your trading partner ID, password, and mailbox ID, hit save and close. So if you're going to a different warehouse than the one that was pre-existing, or if you're doing it from scratch, you may need us to be involved with that. You will need to give us a buzz. If you're taking over a pre-existing business and going through the same warehouse, so Foodworks and Foodworks, for example, you could just change this information free like that and get it done. And that's your ordering. So the other thing is your product hosting, which is under the hosting options. So in here, you've got your warehouse, your ePay, and your corp if you've got one. So those two are specifically about ePay and the ePay keyboard. Doesn't need to be changed if changing owner, does need to be set up if new owner will need us, but changing owner, nothing changes. In this one, as a change of owner, if you go into it, which is just double clicking on it, you will need to fill out a new customer number and password. If you are changing from V5 to V7, you will need to call IS, but otherwise it's just that information. So the two other things I want to point out is ePay, which is for phone cards, and FPOS. So if you have FPOS and you're not with PC FPOS, if you're with Quest, you call Quest in the bank. If you are with PC FPOS and it's integrated, you need to call the bank and PC FPOS, or they go by Linkly now, you need to call Linkly. So ePay, That's fairly simple. You call ePay and advise that you've taken over a new business. And what they have in this structure, I don't have one, I'll create one really quickly. If they pre-existingly had ePay, that is, they will have an EPAP ISVC folder, and in here will be an epay.ini file. So if you take over and they already have that, all you need to do, call ePay, they'll give you a new INI file, delete the one from this location, put the new one in, then restart ProfitTrack. To restart ProfitTrack, click close there, bring this up, right click on your arrows, shut down server and yes. That goes through and shuts it down, then we just open it back up like we did at the start of the video, and that will move the ePay service from the old one to the new user, so it goes to the right account. So that's how to change your company information, your receipts information, your logos, your ePay and your FPOS. We will release another video on the training, so it'll be a 2-hour video basically going through ProfitTrack in its core, so its main modules. So look out for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.